Hello YouTube! Welcome to the new video, which is working on the ERF again. Obviously F7, which is in for test next week, so I'm literally just carrying on from the last video. Trying to keep things rolling, trying to get back on track with my videos, because I am a little bit behind. But we're getting back on with the ERF. And I think I said in the last video, I really want to get on with it because I want a few things done. Whether I get it to, I might have to not take it to Cheshire Street Steam Rally and take F7 or something like that, because I want to get other jobs done. So if I don't take it at Cheshire Street, it gives us essentially a month to do it instead of what would essentially be a week, 2 weeks, because it's right in the middle. And I'm booked into Convoy in the Park, so I'll see you Convoy in the Park if you're coming. She's booked in to be judged, so I'll go on and get a looking spotty dog. A few things to do, as I said in the last video, the F7 video. Front bumper needs repaired, as you can see, repair, get the paint looking lovely on her, make it look absolutely spotty dog. Get that repaired. I need to clean off and paint the handles because they're not looking great. It really lets it down. I might, if I get a chance, see if I can take the covers off and paint these, but the thing is, if I carry, it's one of those where I don't want to do too much and then cause a big problem when the main parts of it, like the bumper is the main problem. These, to be honest, I can tidy up and make look nice for a short period. When I get a chance, take them off, clean everything up, make it look spotty dog. The main big job is, of course, Jake brakes. I want the Jake brakes on. I want to get them on the wagon because who doesn't love Jake brakes? Gotta love Jake brakes. Can't wait to hit Jake brakes through that exhaust there. That Eminox there. She's gonna have some good Jake brake noises coming out of there. This is the hard bit. I've got to clean all this old, because diesel engines obviously, well, diesel engines carbonise the oil a lot more than petrols do and make the oil a lot more black and dirty and horrible. Brake clean wasn't really good in mustard. Or should I say, actually it's more like black custard actually. It genuinely is as well. So it's all just, the brake clean was clean there, but it's evaporating off too quickly to actually wash off some of the thick goo. This is really thick, this bit here. It's got some old petrol that I've had in the shed. I just got to work this in now and try not to make too much of a mess of everything around us. Well, I've got this one cleaned off, 90% cleaned off. It's not perfect, but for what I've used, because I don't have a parts washer, so it's a lot harder for me to clean stuff like that. I really like a parts washer actually. I think I might invest in one, or if anyone has one lying around, let us know. So you compare that one to that one. Oh, look at the goo on that one, you can't even read it. And it's awful. It's just proper dirty old oil, thick gooey oil, which obviously when you're putting something into your engine, you don't want dirty old contaminated oil going into your engine. So get them cleaned off, looking lovely. Took me nearly 45 minutes to an hour just to get it that clean. So yeah, I think I want to get home and carry on with the house again. Still got a list as long as my arm of stuff on the house. In fact, even just had some fencing panels delivered. Kimmy found some fence panels on Facebook and they just got delivered, so mint. Proper nice little bargain Kimmy found, so that's going to be another job while the sun's nice. Fence in the back garden. It's never ending, this job, is it? Well, it's time. It's Tuesday. Time to get her fired up because we need it again for test. Click. Well, we're here. We're up at MOT in Elgis again, so let's go get signed in and see how we're getting it tested. So I'm going to get my weight on now. Get a fourth one on, get the four blocks on. Got my weight on, so let's get her ready to take her run for test. Time to get into the test lane. Tester's just going through it, checking things off quickly, double checking everything's tight, knocking the wheel nuts and all that kind of stuff. We've already checked off the paperwork, so we'll keep going. Well, we've got a clean bill of health, 2 advisories, a very nice tester. The tester was brilliant. It's nice when you get a nice tester. He obviously knows the old wagons as well. He saved his time and he said he had a Wendy House scan here at some point and stuff like that. So. But he commented how clean and nice she is. The only thing that is, we've got an advisory on rear shock bushes, which I did last year. So that's annoying. It's one of those things. Rear shock bushes, and what else was the other thing? And an oil leak. But it's an old lorry. I'm not worried about that at all. That's a nice shed. I want a yard or a shed like this. Well, it's time to head home. Yes. Clean bill of health. And we're home. Time to head back into the workshop and do some work. I really want to play with my wagon though. Because I do. So, I've been cracking on. I've managed to get both pairs of Jake brakes cleaned off. Whoops, hold on a second. Nice and clean. I've just got the actual spacer clean. I'm going to paint the spacer. I'm going to try and get some Cummins grey, paint the spacer up, make that look nice. And I might even, when the carb's up, I might see if I need to, I'll paint around the engine and do a couple of bits to make that look nice and tidy. Not that I really need to, because mine was ADR spec, it's got all the engine covers, so you don't see it's covered. And then if you look under the wheel arches, all covered up, you can't see it. Some of them which weren't ADR spec, you can see straight in. Like I know Richard's, his you can see straight in. We're talking about this, and he said, "Oh, I might see if I can get a set of them because it just makes it look a little bit tidier, doesn't it?" If I can make things look nice under that carb when that carb's up, I'm going to. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually painting or prepping a pair of old Hadleys for Josh Miller. Josh Miller's the lad that I got the Jakes off. He's also brought me his Hadleys for his ERF. And his ERF, I'll put a picture of it in. It's a very tidy, nice, restored ERF that he's got. And he wants his Hadleys on. So, what he's asked me to do is, I'm going to sand them down, and I'm going to prime and paint them the same colour as the wagon, which is the wagon is turquoise. He's supplied the paint, so I'm going to squirt the paint on for him. Well, it's a nice sunny Friday lunchtime, just turned 12 o'clock, and my jobs have all gone to pot. So my job that I was going to be getting on with today, I can't get on with because my job yesterday went wrong, so I'm having to redo it again. Enjoy some paint work. What I might do right now is, to be honest, what I might do is turn the wagon around so it's facing that way, pull the front bumper off. If I turn the wagon around, it doesn't look as bad with the front bumper sitting off, because it just doesn't look very nice sitting in the middle of the yard with the front bumper off, being a working business. So I think, turn the wagon around, park that way, front bumper off. In fact, I might just take the front bumper off now and then turn it around later. And I'm going to try and get this repair done. I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but so I think I might either take this off and start in this, and also investigate all this. I am worried actually about how bad this is going to be when I get dug into it. She's definitely had a big knock. Well, I say a big knock. She's definitely had a knock on that corner. And I also know it has been big enough. It's been crashed. I say crashed. It's been crashed. Oh my god! It's so. I'm going to dramatize it for YouTube. I'm not one of those. Don't worry about that. And I'd rather downplay it. Keep it calm and realistic. I'm not going to say, "Oh no, it's too tight. I can't turn around in this yard," or "Oh no, my wagon's been crashed. What am I going to do?" It's an old wagon. It's been knocked. Realistic. Be realistic. Be real. Don't be a dramatising knob. Bumpers off. Let's take the bottom splitter off. And I also want to say, I'm not saying, if you're watching this, or Mick, if you're watching this, I'm not saying you've done a bad job. Please don't take it that way. Ow. Fiberglass for me finger. Let me pinky. I picked this up and a bit of fiberglass stuck out. I think it was there. That stuck in my hand. Always be careful with fiberglass. Right in my little finger. And on it. My colours and absolutely bang on, because it's my job, it's my profession. And like Mick, you fitted this, and you've done a really good job of this actually. It fits up lovely. It all lines up and it fits proper job. So I'm going to, and like you painted it, and the paint stuck well. and it looks nice. But I'm going to get the job done, get it finished, if that makes sense. It's time to try and start looking at the repairs in the bumper. And I'm looking at this thinking, is my bumper actually scrap? A great big crack down here, it's cracked down here, cracked there, and a crack down here. Much bigger repair than I thought, to be honest. If I take this plate off, this corner of the bumper might fall off. And I'm not saying that to be dramatise it. It is actually big repairs. Great crack down here, cracked all the way down here, cracked, cracked. Now you watch this flexing this. So that's a worry. Is it going to be scrap? Let's say no, it's not scrap. It is not scrap. I am going to fix it. I'm going to fix it, and when you come and see it, it'll be mint, because that's what I'm like. I'm not going to just throw it away because it's a little bit broken. I'll fix it and we'll make it bang on again. It is, like I say, it is a little bit worse than I thought it was, but when is it never? Now I'm actually thinking, looking at my wagon here, and I do actually think she's being crashed. I'm saying this genuinely as well. I'm not just saying this for YouTube dramatization like so many people do. Looking at it through here, and the list light box is being bent. I know that, and it's being bent, cut, and welded back together. And it's all right now, but it's definitely being snapped and bent. This bar here, you can see the kink in here, where it's being bent, and the step kicks back a little bit. So that's taking a hell of a whack. And you compare it to this side, which is flat. So you think to bend that, that's had a hell of a knock, because it's bent that in, pushed this back, and it's also had a smack on here. So, and also as well, I remember, if you remember that old drop one there, it had been pushed back, and or either that pushed back or the exhaust box pushed forward into the drop wing. We can see that. See this line here where it was rubbing. So my wagon's been crashed at some point, but it's a 25-year-old wagon. There's not many wagons on the road that haven't had a knock, and it's all right. We're gonna fix it. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is nothing to worry about. It's time I start digging this out. Wish us luck. Wish us luck. I'll stick you there, and will I stick you there? I'll stick you there, and we'll start there. Now it's time for the fun bit. Fiberglass. Then get out. It's all stuck. Gotta cut my mat up to shapes I need, mix up my goo, and get it glue back together. I'm gonna do this bit as well while I'm on. Put some glue on that, set that back in place again. I'm down on a Sunday. Hence the non-work talks. Kimmy's doing the car boot sale, so I have come around to the workshop because car boot sale's in the mart, which is literally just over the railway line. So while I'm back, I've got there's some more bits of repairs around the tonite. It was cracked around the edges, so I just repaired them. I've reinforced it on the back. It's a nice one. Reinforced, and reinforced down here. And I did run out of resin, so I couldn't get a couple of bits done that I wanted done, but it is what it is. Now they're repaired and solid. Like, look. Woohoo! I'm going to do an hour. And see where it's covered the holes up as well. There's a big spread there. I'm going to dig that, take this down, get it nice and smooth, and then we'll fill all this up, Got some repairs to dig out here. These repairs, you can see where it's been cracked. That's what I was talking about there. Nice and solid now. So repair that. I've got some holes to fill because that's where the number plate was on. When it didn't have the bottom splitter on, it was there. That's getting left for the minute. That's not as important as getting the bumper done, because the bumper can go on afterwards. Bumper needs to go on to make the wagon look a bit neat and tidier, and also road mobile if I want to take it out. Well, the next problem I've got is I need to get all this black paint off. I've started here. This is the original grey of the bumpers that it was, and my problem is because this black paint has just been put on. It's been primed and canned, but it's all been done with single pack paint. I don't know whether it's got plastic primer on. I don't know whether the prep work's been done properly. It's on, but some of it's coming off, some of it's not. And I've washed some of it off. I just thinners and a brush, and I washed some of it off, but a lot of it's actually got. It's taken quite a long time to wash off. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to rip the whole thing over with the big machine and some 180, rip the paint off, and I'll just have to repair and prime the whole bumper and flat the whole bumper. Probably going to have to do that anyway. Because repair, There's some other bits of repairs. There's bits of repairs everywhere. It's an old lorry bumper. What do you expect? And I want it to be properly nice, like so. If you're wondering why I'm going to take it off, it's because there's two reasons really. One, I don't know what products were actually used, but I've got a good idea because he had cans in the wagon when I bought it off Mick. So I've got a good idea. But I don't know whether my 2-pack primer, my proper plastic high build primer, will adhere to it properly, or whether I put it on, it might have a chemical reaction because it might bring attack the solvents that are in the single pack. And also, I don't know whether it's going to hold. So, if you imagine if I just heat this up now and put my paint on the top, if then the black comes off like it has been down here, obviously my paint's on top of the black paint, so the black paint's, it's all going to come off together. So I'd have to do it all again. So, before we even start, let's get the bumper stripped. It's the best way to do it. It's the only way to do it, really. So, we've got somewhere stripped. It's taken us a nation of time. I ripped most of it off with a big machine, and I'm just finishing off the big machine quickly. Got a little bit to do around here, but I'll do that with a little machine. Got a repair to do here. Repairs. I'll take her into that because it's a bit scuffed up and I don't know why. Let's repair all this up. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few repairs to do, so let's just make it look cracking. So I've dug them all out. I dug all these out, read them all out, dug all the loose bits of stuff off. The gel coat, it's not cracked. That was a crack there. That one was a big flaky bit there. So if I dig that out, that bit's repaired, it's dug out. It's all dug out. Gotta be careful doing that because I keep getting bits of fiberglass on my fingers. Don't do that, it's daft, isn't it? It's a bit daft getting bits of fiberglass in the hand. What I'm going to use is a... is it this one? Yeah. Carbon fibre. Reinforced filler. The carbon fibre reinforced filler. So, just going to get that in. Going to be a long process, but it'll be worth it in the end. And hopefully you guys will see, because you've seen how much work's gone into it, you might appreciate how nice it looks, if that makes sense. Because so many people just see a shiny wagon, and they don't see the work that goes into making a shiny wagon. Just going to get this... so what this is, if you don't know, it's filler, but it's got strands of like carbon fibre or fiberglass or whatever, and it's just a stronger filler. I'm going to squidge it into the holes. Squidge it right into the holes. So I'm still carrying on with the bumper. It's taken a lot longer than I wanted it to be honest, but I want to be right, so that's what it is. Repairs I've got somewhere close. They're not right yet, but so the repairs have been done with 40, then filled again, take the deep bits, and then 80. I've done that 80 a couple times because it's taking a little bit more than I thought it would. And now I'm in the middle of doing it with 80. Still got this repair to finish, bits and bats to fade all over everywhere. In these corners, I think these corners are proper pain because it's the shape. I can't get it with a block, so I'm having to do it by hand. But it is one of those things you learn and you get on with it. I've got this bit just about finished with 80. Then I'm going to be going to 120 after guy coat it. 120. Finish it with 120, and then I'm going to prime the whole bumper as I want to, and we'll flat and paint. Well, once it's primed, let it go off, and I'll flat the whole thing, and we'll paint the whole thing in one go, and it should, fingers crossed, look cracking. Still got to even start the splitter. I'm going to start the splitter, yeah, but I'm going to have to wash the paint off that. Hopefully, there's no big repairs or no really any repairs to do in that, so it's just a case of get the paint off, prep it, squirt the paint on. In theory, you know how that usually goes. Busy just doing my bits of 120 at the minute, so done the repairs, got pretty much the right shape. I've guy coated them, they've finished with 80, and now I'm going to guy coat them. That's where I rub the black powder on. This stuff, rub that on, and then with my block, with my 120 on, granted this 120 is getting a little bit clogged and dull, I can just rub over it, and that is showing where's high and where's not. It gives us a good idea of pinholes, when I get rid of the 80 and 40 scratches, stuff like that. So if I do that, you can see there's still a big mark in there. So I'll get that done. I'll get the 120 done, and then I'll probably go over the whole bumper freehand with some 180. This bit's a good example of why I've guy coat it. So just got my block nice and flat, went over like this, because I want this flat, and you can see there, high spot, low around there, low there, and low there. This side's been done. I need to do it in there. I'm gonna have to freehand that because I can't block. It's not foolproof. You can't just do it and think it's flat. You still got to feel it and feel the curves and the ridges and the edges and the mapping and stuff. But it gives you a good idea and a visual idea. It makes life a lot easier to actually see what you're doing. Well, I've finished going over the whole thing by hand. My hands are now raw. Don't think I've got any thumb fingerprints left. I've sanded everything down again, made it nice and smooth, made sure everything's keyed. I masked these up because not this side, that side, driver's side, the indicator unit, that's not coming out. I tried to take that out, but the captive bolts that are holding it in are just trying to turn, so that's not coming out. This thing. A couple bits I'll quickly go over. Make sure she's hurried. Let's get the primer squirted on. I have got the bumper done, primed. She's all primed up. There's lots of primer on it. So there's 3 coats and an extra light coat over the bits where the big repairs were here. So hopefully that should do the job nicely. Then I go off the rest of the week until Monday, because that's when I'm back on Monday. The rest of the week I am going to be working on the house, which I'm actually really looking forward to, because it means we're going to get plenty of work done. So it's time to get back on the bumper. It's been a week since I primed it, literally a week. So it's been sitting, letting all the solvents and everything settle in, so hopefully when I flat sand it, it shouldn't clog up the paper and it shouldn't sink, because sometimes you find with primers, if you sand them too soon, they can sink and you can see the sanding marks. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that shouldn't happen with that. Bumper is repaired, primed, flatted. We're working flat on the bloody thing. Bloody hell. It took me an hour and a half to flat it, and Dad started helping the last bit as well. Bloody hell. There's some work on that. There are lots of edges and stuff. It's getting painted. Painted tomorrow morning. I've also seam sealed this edge up, because I thought it would be nicer job. Start on this. Now, these are stickers, if anyone doesn't know. These are just stickers. And I am in 2 minds whether I'd cut the holes out, because I've got the hellers to run in them, but I don't know when I'm going to get them done. So what I'm thinking is leave them off for a minute, leave the holes full, and then if I ever do run the hellers, the jumbos or whatever they're called, I think they're hella jumbos, so I ever do run them, I can just cut the holes out. As long as I'm careful, I'm going to do the job properly anyway, so bugger it. Number plate's off. That was not coming off. It just taped on, and it was not coming off. Definitely not. It has a hell of a hole, that tape. I even soaked it. You can see I've soaked it with the degreaser to attack the glue. Also, I was taking it off with a knife. Dink. I've just done that. Why did I do that? You bugger you. So, another repair. That one's my fault, so whatever, it is what it is. I will fix that. It's time to get some painting done. Finally! After all that work. Oh, she's going to look so good. I bloody hope. Let's fingers crossed, she looks cracking. I still got to tack rag it, get the dust off, as you can see in my hands. Tack rag it, and then I get kitted up and squirt some paint on. Now get some paint on. Woo! Well, while everything's apart, you know what I'm like. Me monkey takes hour, and I like the things make things really nice. I've actually had Dad was blasting today, so that's the cab pump bracket being blasted and painted. The bottom step brackets blasted, and I'm going to blast and paint them now. Just go on black again, make them look nice and tidy. And of course, I haven't shown you the bumper yet. I'm saving it to the end. It's a nice treat at the end of the video. Planning and just putting all this video together. It's going to be a long video. I'm going to reveal the whole lot together in my head. It's my plan. So I'm busy just cleaning off the bottom step boxes because I want to paint them. Repair and paint. I've got some repairs to do on this one. This is the side of the cranter. You can see some marks. There's a hole there. Don't know why. And this is the other one, which I just cleaned off, and it's actually vapor blasted it off. So the vapor blaster works really well to clean it off with the plastic, but it does a very good job of cleaning the paint off using the vapor blaster. It's a lot easier trying to rub it down. Time to get some primer squirt on these. I haven't turned the lights on yet, so I need to do that. The repairs are done. On the step boxes, they're stripped, cleaned, vapor blasted off, sanded down a little bit, insides and outsides. Time to squirt some primer on them, and then it's home time. Woohoo! It's been a weekend. Didn't get down on the weekend again because I was working on the house. Got the bathroom ceiling finished. Yay! Why is my sun not straight now? That's weird. Whatever. Time to get this flatted. Just busy doing the near side step box. This is the one that's had a clatter, and all this was a bit messy. A big crumple in here. There's a hole in here, which you can see from inside. I filled it up. But yeah, there's a hole there, I don't know why. Whatever. This is the offside one. It's going to look much nicer, and it's going to be smooth. And also, I've got the sound might be bad side, but I've done the inside as well. And yes, that is where the wheel will hit it, but the grime from the wheels will hit it. But I want it to be nice, and I want to build a possible show winner if I can. So why not? The first coat of colour is on. Silver, painting metallic silvers, solid 2-pack metallic silvers, a little pain in the arse. Because you get this thing called metallic float, and you put the paint on heavy to get a nice finish, all the metallic particles float to the top and give you cool, granted it does look cool effects. Like, will the camera pick it up? You see all like see all the different ways the metallics and stuff sit. It does give you a really cool effect, but that's not what I want. You can see it's pulled down to that corner there and stuff like that, and cycling there. It does, like I said, it does give you some really cool effects. Look at that. If you want that effect, that's awesome. It looks mint. That's not what I want. I want a nice solid silver. So what I've got to do now is put that first coat on. I'll let that go off for 10 minutes or so, and then I've got to build them up really light. So while everything's drying, I'm having a look at my sun visor brackets because I'm not being happy with them. You might have just seen the short, or you might have seen the short that I posted up here. But what I'm doing is I'm modifying my sun visor brackets. So these used to be shorter like this. This pulled down, and you might notice it might pull the sun visor in and dipped in the middle, and they were weak. So what I'm doing is I've made new ones, I've modified the old ones, I've cut them, extended them, strengthened them up. I'm going to put a brace in from here to here, so that's braced in across like that. I'm also going to put a bracket up here to come up the top, because I'm going to put my roof markers on. So I've got my brackets. I'm working in and out the rain at the minute. That weather's lovely. This is my old brackets. Bit of inch flat, bent and welded on. And these are my new brackets. Still inch flat, but with added bracing in. Added braces. That's in there. About an inch in there, extended up. And then it's flatter at the top as well. So there's about that much gap at the top now for wind to pass through, instead of essentially about that much. So that should help as well. Just got to cut this one up, make this one new. Are you ready to see the bumper on? It's all done, it's all painted, it's all together. The steps are on, the bottom steps are on, the step boxes are on, the splitters on. It's all together, and she looks absolutely mint. Genuinely, I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to carry on making it look even better. Here she is, with a new colour scheme. The bumper's red, obviously, massy red, same as the step rings. And the splitters all painted up, step boxes are painted and on. The bottom brackets for the steps are all painted and looking lovely. Now, I mean, I've got to pull these off and paint and repair this one because it's battered. You can see it's still battered, but repair them, paint them. They're going to be red. This is going to be full gloss black. Strip it all down, paint it and make it look lovely. The step boxes and the steps are the same colour as the tank. I need to polish the tank. The tank's dropped the gloss a little bit, but she's looking good. And also, the Drakes, I've just finished cleaning I can't open it up because it's locked, but I've just finished cleaning the spacer there. That's all nice and tidy and clean. I've just got to strip it, or I might vapor blast it and then paint it, but I need to know the Cummins grey colour code. I'm guessing it's a RAL colour code, and from what I've seen, it is either, it was close to RAL, the spacer anyway, it's close to RAL 7043. It says on here, gunmetal grey. This is a Cummins diesel. DAF aerosol spray, so gunmetal grey, or 7021. Honest, what I'll probably do is get the carb up, carb up, and colour check the paint, check the engine. Myself, make sure it's spotted dog, but this is the side I repaired, big repairs done here. Look at that, man, how nice does that look? Sometimes satin black, like done properly, satin black is so nice. Instead of in place of full colour or full gloss. It can be so nice when it's done tastefully. I hope you enjoyed that video, because it was a big video, big changes, one of the biggest changes I made to the wagon actually. Oh, and also, I forgot to show you, sun visor brackets are done. That's super duper strong now, and a nice great big air gap at the back, as you can see. Really, really strong. What a job. And it is proper strong. I really enjoyed making that video. It's one of the biggest changes made to the ERF so far. It's transformed the wagon, the front look of the wagon really, hasn't it? So if you think, compared to what it was with the aerosol black bumper, that's a massive difference. Absolutely massive. I also enjoyed not having to rush to get it out on time or splitting it up into bits of videos. I really enjoyed that. So I hope you like the new format I'm going to stick to, and don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. It means a lot when I know you want to come and join the restoration project along. And also, last video I've just put out, I think it'll be last video anyway, was the 1 year anniversary of owning the ERF. I'm going to love you leave it, finish sweeping up my mess, and go home, get me tea and a shower. Thank you, and until next time, ta-ra for now.